Now that we better understand how AI image creation with Stable Diffusion actually works, it's time to go one step further and to start installing our interface Fooocus. And we will be running it on Google Colab, which is a cloud service that gives us the opportunity to access massive computing power, and that for free or almost no money. This sounds maybe a little bit complicated, but no worries, it's super easy, and how you do it is subject of that lection. So let's have a look onto my screen. As you can see, I opened a PDF file, which you will also find in the download section with two different links. The first one brings you directly to Fooocus on a Google Colab, and the second one brings you to the GitHub page where you also will find that link. Because I tested it out, and I don't know why, but sometimes the first link doesn't work. Maybe it's a different link or they update it, so I recommend you to use the second one. And if you click on exactly that link, I will just make a copy and open it in my Google browser. If we put that in here, you come to the GitHub page. And when you scroll down on that page, at one point, you will find a section called Colab. And if you click on that link here, open in Colab, you will come exactly to that screen. And this is basically the starting screen of Fooocus in the Google Colab. And this is basically a virtual notebook of Google that gives us the opportunity to run Fooocus on very powerful computing power of Google, and this basically for free. Because as you can see, I'm logged in here with my Google account, and I recommend you to do the same as soon as you come to that screen. So just log in with your Google account. And if you just have a normal Google account, you still can use all of that for free. But be warned, if you don't have a Pro account, which costs $9 per month, that's not much, you can still use Google Colab and Fooocus, but you don't have that much computing power, and at one point they will shut you off and you just have to reload it or wait a couple of days until you can use it again. But there's a little trick. You can open up like millions of Google accounts if you have the patience to do that, and with every Google account you can again use Fooocus on Google Colab. But I recommend you to just get a Google Pro account, and the cheapest one is $9 per month, and with that you have a lot of units and you can basically work a whole month with Fooocus on Google Colab, and it's definitely recommended. I do it this way. But anyway, as I said, you can also use it for free, at least to test it out. And then when you're logged in here, the next thing you do is you go to File. This is German language. Datei means file. You click on it and then make a copy in Drive. And I already did that, but when you click here, you get a copy of that notebook here in your Google Drive folder. And I highly recommend you to do that, because otherwise all the changes we do in this virtual notebook won't be saved. And when you work in your own copy, all the changes are saved and you don't have to do the changes every time you want to use Fooocus. So I'm here now in my own copy. I can close the other one, and then I can also give it a name. For example, we could call it AI course Fooocus Colab. Okay, so this is now how we call it. And the next thing we do now is we go here to the right side where it says Verbinden or connect in English, and you just press on it. And then you have to wait a couple of seconds and you will get connected to the computing power of Google, which is a very strong computer, and otherwise it would be very difficult for us to create these images unless you have a very powerful computer. But for example, I just have a very simple laptop, and as you can see, I still can create these images. So now you see the little hook here, the green hook, and it means we are connected to the computing power. And then the only thing we do is we go here to the left side and we press the play button. And now the magic happens. There will be some downloads and installments of different folders in the background. And yeah, everything will be done for you, fully automated, and you just have to wait. And as you can see here, it's running now, and we just have to wait a couple of minutes until everything is installed and downloaded. You don't have to do anything, you just wait. And we will wait now until it's done, and then I will come back to you and tell you what to do next. So now it's done, and you see here are some links of downloaded models and folders. We need to create our images, but we don't have to do anything about that. We just wait until these two links appear, running on local URL and running on public URL. And you have to remember to click on the second link, running on public URL, because otherwise Fooocus will be running on your local computer. And if you don't have a powerful computer, it will take forever until the images are created. So keep that in mind. It's very important. Click on running on public URL. This is a very common mistake, running on public URL. Okay, we click here, and after that, a second window is opened, and we just wait some seconds. And now the interface Fooocus is starting. And this is the starting screen of Fooocus, our tool that gives us access to use Stable Diffusion. And from now on, we will start most of the time in that starting screen, but now you know how to get here. And no worries, in further lections, we will learn all the details, all the features of that tool. I just want to give you a first impression how image generation here works by entering a little prompt. So we type in that window, a cute little animal, and then we hit here, generate. So by the way, this is a very bad prompt. We will also learn in this course what good prompts are and what you should avoid. And there are also further settings we can use, different features, and we will go through all of that in that video course. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to create a nice image. So we wait until it's done, and then I have some more important information for you. Good, the image is done, and as you can see, it looks really, really cute. And this is the first image we created in that video course. Good, more on that later, because before we go further down the functionality and how to use Fooocus, I wanted to show you one more important thing, and that is how you can install different base models. Because in this course, we will also use different base models that gives us the opportunity to create more realistic and stunning images. And this is very important to know how to install that base models. That's why I want to do that lection first. But we will come later back to exactly Fooocus and the interface, and you will learn exactly how you use Fooocus. One more important information. As you can see here in the back end, yeah, you should not close that screen. You have to keep it open. It's still running, and this is basically like a virtual computer that is still running. And as soon as this little circle is running here, you can use Fooocus. And every time you want to use Fooocus, you have to go through that process. So you click the connection to the computing power, then you press play, you download and install all these features, and at one point you click here on running on public URL. So this is the process you have to follow all the time. And in the next lection, we will do some little changes and customizing to that Google Colab so we can use different base models. But more on that in the next lection.